Fifth grade into math, lesson 19.2. Understand ordered pairs. I can draw a point on a coordinate grid and interpret the coordinate values. Spark your learning. The map shows the location of two buildings. Each unit represents one block. Andy is at the art museum and Carl is at the history museum. They agreed to meet at the library. The library is the intersection of a street that is 3 blocks south of the art museum and a street that is 5 blocks west of the history museum. Who walks farther to get to the library? Okay. So what we're going to do is they gave us this and then we can replot the history museum and the art museum, but we're just going to use the one they already gave us. Okay, up here. So it says that the library is at the intersection of the art. That is intersection of the street that is 3 blocks south. So 3 blocks south of the art museum. So we're going to come down 1, 2, 3. So we're going to come down 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, but is that where I'm putting my dot? No. Okay, and then where else? In 5 blocks west of the history museum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So basically what we need to do is what? Is that where that is? No, because we only went west here. We didn't know how much north, right? So we need to bring those two things together and it actually meet right here, okay? Because then is that 3 blocks south of the art museum? Yes, okay. Is that still 5 blocks west of the history museum? Yes. So it's just we weren't given how much north of the history museum and how much east of the art museum, right? Okay. So here is the I want to research things. Okay, the library. Okay, and then their question is, who walks farther to get to the library? So basically, they would have to go down 3 here and over 2, right? So this is a total of 5 blocks. If they come down here and then go over, that's a total of 5 blocks, right? Okay, you come over and then up, that's a total of how many blocks? 8 blocks. That's 5 over and 3 up. So who had to go further, Andy or Carl? Carl, right? So Carl, because he had to walk 8 blocks and Andy walked 5. Build understanding. Each unit on the map represents 1 block. The library is located at 6, 5. So we're going to go over what, right? Over 6 and up 5. Okay. And we should technically be moving over to the right, correct? Okay. Because yesterday, remember, some of you guys just put over, and then I was telling you guys that wasn't. You had to be specific. Because someday you will have a 4 coordinate grid. Okay. So, and then up 5, and then the school is located at 2, 7. So I'm going to go to the right 2 and up 7. Oh, we forgot to mark this. So this was the library, right? This is the school. Find the location of the library. What is the x coordinate? So what's the x coordinate? 6. And then that means we go right on the x-axis 6 units. What's the y-coordinate? 5. Okay. And then what does that mean? We go up 5 units on the y-axis. Plot the location and label a point. We already did that, right? Okay. How will you find the location of the school? So we did what? We went right 2 units on the x-axis and 7 units up on the y-axis. And then it says plot the location on the coordinate grid and label the point as the school. So we did that, right? Stepping out, number 2, each unit on the map represents 1 mile. How far is the museum from the aquarium? So how far from the y-axis is the aquarium? So on the y-axis, how far are they apart? The aquarium and the museum. Oh, so sorry. I misread that or said that. From the y-axis, so the 0 and then where the aquarium is. Sorry. No, guys, there's 2 miles because each block represents a mile. They said the y-axis, guys. The y-axis is right here. The aquarium is right here. The aquarium is right here. So that's 2 spaces. How far from the y-axis is the museum? So from where I have that X to the dot of the museum. So 5, right? So 5 miles. How much further from the y-axis is the museum here compared to the aquarium? So what's different? 3 miles. How far is the museum from the aquarium? 3 miles. How far is the park from the aquarium? So this time we're looking at x-axis. They're both on what? 6 miles. Well, they're both on 2, but right. So how far from the x-axis is the aquarium? So right here, how far is it from there to there? 3. Okay. How far from the x-axis is the park? 6. 9. How much further from the x-axis is the park compared to the aquarium? So how far apart are they? 6 miles. So technically, if we had them both plotted and we had our coordinate grid or our coordinate plot in parentheses, then we could just subtract those places from each other, right? Yeah. Okay. So check understanding. Each unit on the coordinate grid represents 1 mile. Mystic Falls is located at 7, 8. Plot Mystic Falls on the coordinate grid. So we're going to go to the right, 7, and up 8. So here is Mystic Falls, right? Okay. And you guys, I will let you use acronyms for it, okay? Just letters instead of the whole thing. But make sure I understand what you're saying, okay? How far is Mystic Falls from Grand Lake? So how many miles? So this one is at 3 and this one is at 7. So 4 miles. How far is Mystic Falls from the campsite? So this one is at 3 and this one is at 8. 5 miles. Okay, we're going to start recording this. The recording may run out, but the whole page should be filled out. On your own, each unit on the coordinate grid represents 1 mile. Use the coordinate grid for 4 through 6. The range is located at 1, 9. Plot and label the location of the ranch. So we go over to the right 1 and go up 9. So here would be the ranch. So explain how you plotted the point. So we just did that. We went over 1 unit to the right on the x-axis and up 9 units on the y-axis. Okay, how far is the ranch from the farm? So how many units apart are they? One's at 3 and one's at 9. So 6 miles, because they told us each unit was a mile. How far is the range from the fairgrounds? So the range is at 1 unit, and then the fairground is at 8, so 7 miles. Plot and point on the coordinate grid. So A, we're going to go to the right 5 and what? 0, and put a letter A. Number 8, we're going to go, we're not going over right any, right? We're going to go up 4, and that's letter B. C, we're going to go over to the right 8 and up 8. That's letter C. Letter D, we're going to go which way? Over to the right 3 and up 6. And that's letter D. Number 11, we're going to go over to the right 6 and up. And that's letter D. Okay. Number 12, we're going to go. And that's letter F. Find the distances between the plot or the pair of points. Okay. So basically, if we were to plot these, they share what in common? The 10, right? So the difference between 3 and 8 is 5. So 5 units. Okay. These share what in common? The 5. So we're just comparing the 8 and the 0, right? So what is the difference between 8 and 0? The next one shares what in common? The 7. So we're not comparing the y-axis, we're comparing the x, right? So what's the difference between 1 and 9? 8. Okay, number 16, write a problem using ordered pairs to find the distance between 2 points so that the distance is 7 units. So we could say what?
Is 6, 8, 8. And
Hold on. At 6, 8, and the gem is at what? Something has to be similar.
2,
Okay, is that 2, 8, period. How? Nah, it can't be 2, 8. Because it has to be how many units apart? 7. So I would do this one and say 6, and then 6, 1. Okay. How far apart are they?